things seem to have been quiet for some reason regarding Tucker Carlson after he left Fox News for, surprisingly, Twitter. Now, I know that people sort of stopped paying attention to Fox News, stopped paying attention to how much the ratings have dipped, which probably means that the ratings have dipped even further, to be honest. But Fox News has finally gotten everything together. They've now announced a new primetime slot. So, they have replaced Tucker Carlson with Jesse Waters. Jesse Waters hosts, Jesse Waters Primetime. So if you're not familiar with Jesse Waters, one thing that he's done is the, anti-work interview. The interview with the anti-work dude from Reddit. You guys remember this moment?
Care about, but I think one of the
what do you think is like a good work day? How many hours is a solid work day in your ideal society?
Sure. I mean, I think as much as people want. I mean, I personally work. I have like a 25 hour work weeks, which I think is fairly good. So I would like less work hours.
And what do you do, Doreen?
I'm a dog walker.
A dog walker. Okay.
Yes.
And how?
So
how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Sure, I'm 30.
You're 30.
Okay. Well, So Jesse Waters, probably at this point most popularly known for that. He also happened to be an alum of the O'Reilly Factor. He used to have a segment called Waters World, and he would just do these like really silly, kind of gimmicky and cheesy, but still fun segments where he just walk around, interview random people on the street. And then Fox News promoted him to having his own show, which was called, I think it was called Waters World at the time. It later changed to Jesse Waters Primetime, and now that show has been moved to 8 p.m. So this is the new schedule. You have Laura Ingraham, the beginning, at 7 p.m., Jesse Waters at 8 p.m., Hannity at 9 p.m., and then Gutfeld at 10 p.m. And this is a rather interesting move that, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Jesse Waters, I don't like his sense of humor. It just doesn't really connect to me. He just comes off as more snide than funny in most instances, in my opinion. The Ingram angle's fine. It's a fair replacement for the Kelly file. Hannity is always going to be Hannity. Gutfeld is good. I just hope that Gutfeld doesn't lose viewers, moving from, what was it, like 11 to 10? Because we did see when Fox News had another, fire show, The Five, when they moved that from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., that didn't work out so well. Now, this change isn't really that dramatic, so I don't think it'll affect, Greg Gutfeld's show, and especially won't, keep the show from continuing to be, number one when it comes to late night talk shows. But just in general, like this lineup is just not particularly inspiring. Like how many like dudes my age, I'm 23, right? How many dudes my age are gonna be like, oh, I can't wait to see Laura Ingraham, and then Jesse Waters, and then Sean Hannity, and then Greg Gutfeld. I know a lot of people like Greg Gutfeld, but still, like this is just not a good lineup. But I guess if you're trying to target like geriatric Republicans, this is probably a solid lineup. To be honest, this is probably literally what they're looking for. So I guess, know your market, I suppose. I guess that just means I'm not their market, which I think is a problem, because Fox News cannot continue to survive just doing this very like middle of the road, milquetoast, boring, lightweight takes forever. Because people who are younger, like me, like at the very least these lukewarm takes, presented in an interesting and surprising way, or we like radical new ideas, or like things that are outside of the mainstream. Fox News literally is the mainstream, so like I don't see this helping Fox News to continue to grow among younger audiences the way that Tucker Carlson's show did. So I mean, while this will maybe stabilize the ratings, I don't really see this saving the channel. I don't think there's anything saving the channel, especially since a lot of people are upset about Fox News not really, being on board with Donald Trump anymore. It's just, It's just not a recipe for success long term. And I wish Jesse Waters, success. I ain't gonna watch his show, but I mean, I hope that he does okay. But it is what it is. Fox News is, so it's gonna stay the same, which means that it's going to also decline, unfortunately. Just saying.